Today I'll be reviewing BMC's Battle of the Bulge, the Ardennes Counteroffensive playset, as well as some add-on packs. If you're a fan of World War II and of classic toy soldiers, then you'll love this set. You can buy all of the items separately on Amazon, but you save almost half of the cost if you get the playset instead. It comes with over 130 pieces of vehicles, figures, and accessories that we'll get to later. On the front side, you can see two figures at their scale. There's a generic title on the left side. On the back side, you can see some American and German vehicles with their respective scales. Another generic title on the right side. Finally, on the back of the box, they put some historical information with pictures of other items in the set. Most of the items in here are in 1/32 scale, with an exception to some vehicles. Opening up the box, we see some ads for other World War II sets from this Classic Toy Soldiers series, and some assembly instructions for the fences. On the right, we get more detailed information about the German vehicles. On the left, we get more information about the American vehicles and artillery. Underneath the foam sheet, all the items are in separate plastic bags, with some being wrapped in bubble wrap. More items are included under another foam sheet. Starting with the German vehicles, we get one Hanomag with two seated Germans, an 88mm flak artillery piece with 3 crewmen and a German soldier, a Panzer IV with 2 variants of the 75mm turrets, a Panzer VI or Tiger tank with a German officer and 2 seated Germans, and finally a Panzer V or a Panther tank with 2 more seated Germans and an officer. The German infantry includes 12 soldiers, some heavy weapons, and 16 more German assault and medic troops. The US vehicles include one M3 half-track with 3 US soldiers, 2 rifle racks, 3 30 caliber M1919 Browning machine guns, and a 50 caliber Browning M2 heavy machine gun. Next, we get 3 Sherman tanks that come with a 50 caliber Browning M2 heavy machine gun. The American artillery is a 105mm howitzer, including 3 crewmen. There's only one bag of soldiers containing 26 figures. The Americans also get a bag of heavy weapons. The accessories include a damaged building, 4 stone walls, 2 gray trees, 6 fences, 2 rock formations, an American flag, a Fox German flag. They chose to go with the safer flag than the historically accurate one. 4 green trees, 2 tan trees, 2 brown trees, 6 barbed wire fences, 6 concertina wire fences, and 6 spiked barricades. All the pieces fit in with more room to spare. I stored all the vehicles at the bottom with the turrets removed and poured the figures and accessories over top. Here's all 12 German soldiers. It looks like there's 2 different sets, as 4 soldiers on the left are thicker. BMC sells these figures separately and they add 24, making 32 soldiers. Here's all 20 assault, medical, and artillery troops. Getting the add-on pack will give you 24 more soldiers, totaling 44. Here's all 29 US soldiers and artillery crewmen. Only 16 poses of these are unique from the group. If you get the add-on, you receive 29 more figures for a total of 58. Here's everything lined up. There's 90 Germans with 3 tanks, 1 Hanomag, and 1 88mm flak cannon, versus 61 Americans with 3 tanks, 1 half-track, and 1 howitzer. Alright, let's get a closer look at the poses and vehicles. Now I'm going to compare the figures with TimMee poses. The American Classic Toy Soldier poses are about the same height, but a little bit thicker than the TimMee Soldiers. The bases they stand on are thicker and raise them up, making them appear taller. The prone poses actually match really well. The German infantry soldiers look a little skinnier than the TimMee, but the assault and artillery troops are similar to the American CTS poses. Here's a size comparison of the vehicles to a TimMee Patton tank. I also show BMC's Sherman tank that's 1/32nd scale versus the 1/38 scale Sherman in this set. I think the 1/38 scale looks good for the German tanks, but not for the American vehicles. Here's a Marks sitting pose next to the Classic Toy Soldiers seated poses.
Feindliche Panzer!
Overall, for the price, I think this set is definitely worth the money. There's a nice array of World War II vehicles and figures. The only real complaints I have is with the 1/38 scale American vehicles. I wish they were in 1/32nd scale, especially the half-track. I've also noticed with CTS that the gun barrels can come bent out of the box. You can fix them with warm and cold water, but it's an extra annoying thing to do, especially if you have a lot of soldiers with bent weapons. Some of the German infantry poses had bent bases that made it impossible to stand on their own, which was also unfortunate. The American poses were great. If you'd only get one item, I would highly recommend the American infantry add-on. There were a lot of types of weapons for both sides, but it made it a little challenging for the stop-motion poses. I was a little surprised that they used the Battle of the Bulge for this playset, even though none of the figures have winter gear. The battle took place during the winter with snowy and below freezing conditions. Thanks for watching. Make sure you are subscribed so you can stay up to date with my future videos.